This is Highway 1275 to my right. As you see, there's only one way into my storage building and out that comes directly off here. I'm approximately 4.5 miles from Conley Bottom Boat Dock, one of our main entrances to Conley, or to the Lake Cumberland. Also, too, I'm only 1 mile from Walmart. I need to tell you what sizes that Safeguard Storage, what size units that we do have. We do have 21 30-foot units. Those are, we have 10 by 10 doors. We have 12 units that have 11 by 11 doors and are 33 feet deep. We do have 6 units here that are 42 feet deep, 12 by 12 doors. These units are $75 a month, $225 for the quarter, which I do require, or as I said, if you pay $900 up front, what I do, well, I will give you 13 months rental for that. One reason you can see that the tightness of my doors here are the things that are a big selling point for my units. By being both tight and secure, it holds down on the rodents. So come with me as I open the door here. These units are, the door sizes are 12 by 12. As you can see, we're about 13 feet inside here. It's 42 feet deep. Also, too, inside the unit is 13 and a half high after you open the door. Also, all of the electric is on automatic shut-offs. Follow me as I go turn this light on here. Once you turn the light on this way, that you don't have to worry about turning it off. It turns itself off. I think that's a good feature here because you can leave with the light still on. As you can see, as we're walking through here, this building is well constructed. One thing that I have, I've insulated on the top up here, which is a little different than some, because if I have any condensation here, it goes down behind the insulation, and I don't have any water drips in here. When you get your boat clean, you don't want drips on your boat. Also, too, if you can see, I've got my trusses here on 2-foot centers. That also makes it tight. You will have to insure the content of the building, so you better be checking the quality of the building to be sure that you wouldn't have any problems once you do come and rent a boat storage. If you'll notice here that I do have this unit divided by metal. It's not chicken wire, it's metal. And I think this is a great thing in the security of what you have in your building. Also, too, if you have any kinds of problems, you know that it's not because somebody on your other bay here has looked through the chicken wire and seen what you had and came help themselves. If you will notice here that what I've done is I've put in extra studs in here, as you can see here, from both posts that are automatically in the ground, but I've studded up in between to make it more solid. Also, too, where the rib metal comes involved here, I've insulated in between the ribs here so I can stop rodents from having easy access to this. Just another thing, that a precaution I've used here to make a tighter building. Again, we don't want to have any rodents in here. We want to have it as tight as possible. And again, too, I've used a 29 gauge metal in here to use this, and all this is #1 metal. So again, I've done everything that you can to build the most top quality building that you can for these type of rentals. One thing I need to note here is what I feel that can be stored in a building this size. As I've already pointed out, these are 12 by 12 doors here. It is 42 feet in length. RV storage in here would be good, especially because of the insulated roof and the climate here in Kentucky, and especially in south central Kentucky, that I find that this would be excellent storage for RVs. Also, too, for cut-a-cabin boats or large cigar boats. I probably could easily store a 40-foot long boat in here with room to spare. This would be good, too, for tag-along trailers with pop-ups, or even just regular trailers. But anything that would require storage, I feel like this would just be an excellent place to store your boat. One thing that I think that makes this boat storage probably unique is the concrete floors here. I used 4,000 psi with fiber in these floors. This makes it much tighter, and also your boats don't get dirty from being a lot of times on gravel. But the concrete floors make it tighter, make everything better, and also both for security and tightness. This is one of the key ingredients, I think, to make for a high quality storage unit. What I've tried to do too here is have all the units are well lit. I used a 150 high pressure sodium lights on this building here. All these buildings, there are 6 units in here. All these in this unit have 12 by 12 doors. They're all 42 feet deep. Again, all these have concrete floors and are divided by metal. But I think it's both for security purposes, and when you come in with your either your RV or your boat, you want it well lit at night so you can be able to maneuver here without any fear of putting your key in the lock to security of seeing who's here. One thing I want to tell you is about these units. I have 3 different sizes of units here on site. These units that we're looking at here are 12 units. These units have 11 by 11 door size. They're 33 feet deep. They also have concrete floors and are divided by metal dividers. By the way, the price per month on these is $50 a month. I do require a 3 months deposit up front with these, which would be $150, but I provide everything else. The keys, everything else that would be required for the storage would be provided by Safeguard Storage. There's 11 of these units here. These units are a little bit smaller. These are 10 by 10 doors by 30 feet deep. They do have concrete floors. They are divided by metal. These buildings rent for $45 a month. If you came to rent with me and only went with paying for a quarter, it would be $135. I do have an option. If you wanted to pay for a full year, I would give you 13 months if you did pay for a full year. When it comes to security, I feel like one of my primary things here is that anybody cannot drive in my storage units. They have to come through this locked gate. All my customers will have keys, but nobody that does not need to be here cannot access most of the boat storage units. So this gate's been a big deterrent to people that don't need to be on site. You'll see here now that I did build a house on site. I have someone that'll be here almost 24 hours a day. They're someone living on site, and I feel like this gives an extra benefit of security to the patrons that I have. What I have here is 3 climate control bays here. These bays are a little bit shorter. They're only 8 feet tall. They're 10 by 8s. There's only 3. They are climate controlled. They are 32 feet deep. I do have this as an option if I do have a customer that needs to have a climate controlled, in particular to store furniture or other items that they would think would need to have constant temperature. With that padlock locking is one of the better security features I have here at Safeguard Storage. The only way anybody gets through this lock is with a key. You want boat storage? Call me at this number, 606-348-9711. If you want me on my cell phone, same area code, 606-307-6249. Call me.